Deb Cooper with the Canine Chronicle, bringing you another Table Talk Live update from Louisville, Kentucky. Kentuckiana Cluster 2025, Day 1. I'm here with Ed Fojtik, and Ed has his own cluster that he works very hard on, the Renaissance Cluster, in February in Madison, Wisconsin. Now, you might say Madison, Wisconsin in February, because that's what I said, but you know what? It's worth it. It's a great show, and I think we have some changes coming for 2026. We were going to update you on that.
We have big changes coming for 2026. We are moving from showing in 2 buildings to 1 building, and we are going from having 16 total rings to 27 total rings. We're going from about 8 total vendor spaces to 60 total vendor spaces, and we will have much more grooming available and much more electricity available. Not that any of those were a problem, but we just have more.
Right. Now, I believe that this past year you were limited to 1,900.
We were limited to 1,900, and we reached our limit on the weekends.
So you won't be limited in this new building, will you?
Well, not only were we limited on our entry total, we were limited on the amount of specialties we are allowed to have.
Okay.
So we are adding more specialties: Dalmatians, Poodles, Great Danes, Greater Swiss Mountain Dogs. There's more, but I can't think of them now. I'm sorry.
So you had how many specialties last year?
21.
I mean, and that's a lot. Okay, I don't know if any of you have ever run a cluster, but when you offer space for specialties, you really need to be a saint to be able to do it, because clubs really do, the big club, the all-breed club, does most of the work, right, for those specialties in terms of providing them the space, providing them the ring, and doing all of that. They will hire their judges, correct?
They do.
And then you pretty much give them the space to hold their specialty.
We run ours a little, to take it a little one step further. We run ours a little bit different. We take all the work away from the specialties.
Okay.
They just have to show up and have fun, and that was the atmosphere that me and Margie wanted to create. We wanted to make this about specialties and make the specialties prosperous. So they have to do 2 things. They have to tell us who their show committee is and buy trophies, and that's it.
Wow.
But then not only that, we keep all of the specialty breeds together. You know, like all the golden retrievers are together and so on. But then one more thing, we guarantee that a breed will show in the same ring every single time, the whole entire weekend. They never move. So they can set up their stuff and they're done for the whole weekend.
Awesome. So, and how many specialties do you think you're going to have next year?
30 plus, but it's hard to say.
Okay. So 30 specialties, up from 21 specialties. What's the square footage where you were and where you're going?
That's a great question. Our total square footage for our 2 buildings was approximately 115,000 square feet, and we're going to 225,000 square feet, and we're going from 16 rings to 27 rings.
Okay.
So we're very much looking forward to it.
So those of you that bring a string of dogs, you're going to get your steps in, I promise. But it is really a great show. Those of you who are trying to get going with your specialties, your smaller local clubs, this is a great opportunity to chat with the Renaissance Cluster, chat with Ed, and see if you can't get started that way, because they provide everything for you. So, I mean, it's going to be another great 4-day cluster in Madison, Wisconsin. The dates in February are what?
We're February 19th through the 22nd this year. And one of the things that we are incredibly proud for, and you know, I'm sure that the show chairman of Louisville feels the same way. We had 47 of the 50 states represented at our show.
That's pretty cool.
And we had dogs from Japan, China, Canada, and Mexico. We're so thrilled with that. And one of the unique things above and beyond our specialties is that golden retrievers, Dobermans, a lot of these breeds show 8 times in a single weekend.
Yeah, boy, they sure do.
And so,
A
like,
lot of left-handed circles, my friend.
yes, we have little paths worn in the concrete.
But it's, I mean, you can go there and you can finish a bunch of dogs because there's majors. And I mean, there were Sharpei specialties there a couple of years ago. I finished my dog there. And I showed like 6 times and then he was finished, so I didn't show the other 2 times. But I thought surely I could finish my dog in 8 shows, and I did. It's a great opportunity, and it's worth the trip if you don't live in the area. And while it might be freezing cold outside, it's nice and toasty warm in the building, so you don't have to worry about it.
And we have great hotels.
And we have great hotels. It's all great. And there's a Starbucks right down the street. So think about putting that on your calendar for next year. Ed, thanks, and thanks for all your hard work, because I know it's a lot.
Thank you very much.
See you. Bye-bye.